Health is wealth, they say. The issue of health cannot be overemphasized. Welcome to Edu Executive Platform. This is a platform where we talk about His Excellency's achievement as it revolves around the mega agenda. Felix Osagere is my name, and as usual, the delectable Sarah is here. Sarah, it's good to see you.
Same here, Felix. Good morning. Good morning, viewers. I've been good, thank you. Good morning, viewers. Thank you for joining us.
All right, on today's edition of Edu Executive Platform, I must say it's loaded because we have great personalities in the house who play host to some very important personalities in the health ecosystem. I know you can't wait to have a feel of who will be unveiling this morning to talk about health-related issues as it borders on the tutors of health, the educationers of health and health matters. All right, but before then, we'll talk about our usual news corner as we bring you some of the events that went down within the outgoing week. Number one that we have here is Obaseki trains first-class graduate. Within the week, the government commenced the onboarding of first-class graduates incorporated into the Edo State Civil and Public Service. Recall that last year, His Excellency the Governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Ogase Obaseki, made mention of the fact that there was a need to empower the civil and public service, and he made a declaration that any Edo origin that is learning or studying in any university in Nigeria, once you get a first class, you'll be automatically incorporated into the Edo State Civil and Public Service. That means no interview, no exam, no form of any kind of formality, but you'll be incorporated. And as we speak, this set of graduates, they've been in the system, but because of competence and capacity, the governor in his wisdom decided to engage them in a training so that they will have a pathway as regards their duties which are ahead of them. Sarah, I must say this is a laudable initiative of the governor. What have you thought about this?
Felix, I think you used the right words already, so I have little, contributions to make as regards that. It's good to know that we are having best of brains in our public and civil service. Yeah. Like the former president of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, said during the
inauguration of Secretariat?
Yes, exactly. Okay. He said it is good to see that a government is focusing on equipping the best brain and bringing them into the fold, rather than giving boys gun or go and do, especially in an electionary period. So I'm really glad about this. I think our best brains are supposed to be in the civil and public service, and that goes to show the entire reformation going on there. An onboarding program is something that is very necessary. It gives you a heads up on, okay, this is what you are going to do. So I want to commend the governor for that. There's so much good news in that sector. I mean, increment of minimum wage. Everybody, every month ending now, why don't workers, they are smiling to the bank. So
of course.
Yeah, so I'm particularly proud of His Excellency's gigantic strides in that sector.
All right, away from that a little, but it's still about our governor and the good people of Edo State. We have made Edo better. It's time to go back to classroom, says Obaseki. Honestly, there is no beginning without an end. There is no government that can fix everything about humanity or everything about the people.
Sure.
His Excellency the governor is saying now that, in his own little way, he has made Edo better, and it's time to go back to classroom. All right, he wants to continue imparting on people. He has imparted, or he's still imparting on the state, and is about to wind up his administration, but he still wants to go ahead and impart on the people in the classroom. Sarah, that's the government for you.
Yeah, when he used the word going back to the classroom, I wanted to know which classroom is going back to, because I feel like we still need him within the system. For us to get it right in our politics, we should get it right across board.
Yes.
That is, handing over from state affairs doesn't mean we do not need his advice as it concerns national. So we need him to still be in the system. Honestly, to be very fair, we have a good story to tell in Edo. When you look at the tenure, the developmental strides among every other thing. So it's only our greatest prayer is that whoever takes over from the governor should be able to sustain and even do better, because the governor, to be very honest, has laid very solid foundations that needs to be built on and sustained.
Well, personally, I am excited about what we have seen in the last 7.5 years. And for me, Obaseki is a global asset, and I am so sure that whoever that is going to take over from him will still need his input in the area of advice and all of that. I will continue to say congratulations, His Excellency. Indeed, you have made Edo better. Obaseki extends free health insurance cover to accommodate 10,000 persons. Well, this story is so interesting because the Edo State Health Insurance Agency, headed by Dr. Rock Amego, is doing amazingly well. That is an agency that came around barely 2 or 3 years ago, and they are doing wonders. And by the way, Edo State Health Insurance Agency is doing their Get Fit today. If not for this program, of course, we would have been there.
We would have loved to go and burn some fat.
Exactly. So, talking about covering or accommodating 10,000 people, for me, that is massive. When we have always been engaging Dr. Rock Amego, the DG. He has always told us how they are faring in that agency. And now, to think that this benefit is being extended to 10,000 persons, I think that is massive. Recall that the governor had earlier incorporated the aged, the vulnerable, the pensioners. It's like an insurance cover for almost everyone. I think that deserves some recommendation.
I absolutely agree with you, because the part of the brain behind this scheme is to reduce out-of-pocket expenditure.
Yeah.
So I give it to the government. I can't wait to see that they extend it a bit further to take in a lot of persons.
As Oliver Twist will continue to ask for more.
Absolutely.
But I must say the governor is doing well, because he wants to bring in more people. He knows the prevalent situation in Nigeria, so he wants to accommodate more people. Coming from looking at our last shot for the day as regards the news stories, we have Obaseki to constitute new governing council for Ambrose Ali University, AAU, Ekboma. For some time now, we've been having issues as regards management functions in AAU, and the governor constitutes a committee, to kind of manage the affairs, spending the time a new governing council will be inaugurated. And that committee has been doing wonderfully well. And now that the committee is a new governing council is going to be constituted, we really hope that it will get better.
Absolutely.
All right. Before we move on to other things, I must say that the project Clean Up Edo is a very massive initiative, and on few occasions I go there to see what what plays out in the court, especially at Water Hall, and I have decided to say this because it's part of our duty here to also sensitize people. We get an average of 15 to 20 people going against traffic rules. So if you must take your passenger, I'm talking to the cab riders now. If you must pick your passenger, if you must drop your passenger, please know where and how to do this, so that you don't begin to create issues for yourself. Because when you start begging, people might be moved to sentiment. But when you are flouting these rules, when they draw your attention to it, you don't care. So this is just for our drivers and road users out there. All right, this is about the size of our package, talking about the news corner. Edo Executive Platform continues with very important personality. 2 guests, and we're having them this morning. I know you can't wait to see who these wonderful people are, but we'll be right back. Please don't go away.
This is to inform the members of the general public that the Edo State Emergency Helplines 112 or 739 are fully operational. To report any emergency to the Edo State government, please immediately call 112 or 739. In furtherance of its commitment to bolstering security and safeguarding the lives of residents in the state, the Edo State government has provided 2 dedicated phone lines, 112 or 739. The lines are open 24 hours, 7 days of the week to receive reports of any emergency. Members members of the general public are hereby encouraged to report any case of emergency such as health emergency, natural disaster, road accident, armed robbery, kidnapping, domestic violence, child abuse, rape, fire outbreak, etc. to the Edo State Command and Control Center helplines on 112 or 739. Let us work together for a safer Edo State. This announcement is from the Edo State government.
Welcome back. This is Edo Executive Platform on EBS Reloaded Do Our. Alright, we have great personalities in the house this morning. When you talk about health ecosystem in Edo State, of course you know there are people that matter in that regard. This morning we have Dr. Moyo Kazim. He's the Provost, Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology, Edo Cohist. You are welcome to Edo Executive Platform.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
All right. We also have in the house this morning Dr. Matthew O.L. She's the Deputy Provost Administration, Edo Cohist. That's Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology. We are good to have you this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
You are welcome. When I drive through Dumes Road, I see a lot of things. And I see the beautiful edifice that we now have there. I see the environment. I see the area of students that you tutor there on a daily basis. We are going to come to all of this, but let's dive into the history of the college. How did it all begin?
Again, thank you very much for inviting us. We are both glad to be here. Edo School of Health Technology, that's what it used to be called. Was actually founded in 1964. It's been a long time ago. It's one of the colleges or schools of health technology in Nigeria that was founded so early in our history. The oldest one is the one in Lagos, called the Lagos State College of Health Technology. It was founded in 1920. It's the oldest tertiary institution in the country, but this one is equally, one of the oldest in the country. But I defer, and let my deputy, maybe shine some more light on the history of that college for us.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting me once again. And as the Guru has rightly said, the school is one of the oldest in Nigeria. It was founded in 1964. Then they were training health workers. The health of our people is paramount to every government.
Of course.
So they now involved in the training of health auxiliaries. The health auxiliary will just be going from house to house taking care of the health of our people. From there, health auxiliary, the population will be increasing. It translates to dispensary and sanitary inspectors. You know, far back then, we'll be hearing that sanitary inspectors are coming. Or some people call it wole. So that it was then. They were be trained as sanitary inspectors. There back there. From there it translates to training of national diploma and HND, which we now known as environmental health. So that is in 1976. And the headquarters there of UBA, now that was where the school was located
then.
Before then. Now then we now had to go to our permanent site. There. It will now School of Health Technology. And then we will now training more manpower. The School of Health Technology is training middle cadre manpower for health sector. So, and there I will go into the program that we introduced then. You have environmental health science. We train environmental health technology and environmental technician, environmental assistant. All these have their own role in the health sector. Environmental health technology, you are saying, like I was saying, I was inspecting markets, inspecting houses, inspecting toilets, whether your house has a toilet or not. It's all to prevent diseases that can occur. So they are involved in training of all those officers. Now see, involved in training of community health extension worker.
J2? Is that what they call J2? Okay, Chu.
J2 and Chu.
Chu, okay.
J2 is junior community health extension worker.
Okay.
And 2 are senior health community health workers.
Okay.
So those ones, you see them, then they are going to various community, controlling, go to various community, finding out health situation in the community. From there, they will now establish primary health care centers.
Okay.
So they will not be working in those centers.
Okay.
Then the school still has a course called medical laboratory technician. So those technicians will also be working. They can work in a primary healthcare center. They can work in a secondary healthcare center, which is central hospital, and they can also work in a tertiary health center, which is teaching hospital. So those ones are to assist the scientists. I've heard of medical laboratory scientists.
Yes.
So they work under the medical laboratory scientists. Then you have pharmacy technician. So you have pharmacy technician, which also work under the supervision of pharmacists in any health sector. They can work in the primary health sector, they can work in secondary health sector, they can also work in tertiary health sector. Then you have also health management, health information management department. So those one, when you get to the hospital, they are the first people you will meet.
Exactly.
That will issue you a card. After issue you a card, they direct you to a consulting room and all those things. And after you have finished with your consulting and they have everything, they are also to carry that card and file it in a proper place. Now when you come next time, they'll be able to say, okay, this is a patient, they'll be able to locate it, but they are just of information. And the information are conservative to them. They cannot divulge any information. And they are trained to that. Then another department that we are running public health nursing. Public health nursing, they also work in public primary health care centers. So those ones, before you have that one, you must have your ordinary nursing and or midwifery.
Okay.
So before you not come for that one is like a postgraduate.
Okay.
Wait, from what you have said so far, the health ecosystem is such a very wide area.
Very broad.
Very broad. We from this other side of the divide, we that are no health practitioners, it's difficult for us to actually differentiate which is which. You know how I got to know J2 and Chu? We have a lot of them in Edo State Civil and Public Service now.
Yes.
The governor, employed massively in that area. And what they are doing on body, I'm usually, around to moderate them. So when I hear J2, I say which one is Chu and J2. Now, before my colleague will take it up from here, I quickly want to ask. This school has been on ground since 1964. Then that of the oldest one in Lagos, 1920 something or thereabout.
1920.
Okay. Now, as major stakeholders in the health sector, do you really think we are getting it right, health-wise in Nigeria? Because the Wole we talked about a while ago,
Yes.
I don't get to see them anymore. It used to be a nightmare for many people when they hear that they are coming. Okay? What has happened?
Well, if I may just comment into that, I will not say we're not getting it right. We are getting it right. But, as the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child.
Of course.
And to keep our citizens healthy is the responsibility of all of us.
True.
Not just, the well-trained and well-skilled healthcare providers. You and I. We're part of the ecosystem. The enforcement part, I think, is where we might be lacking.
Okay.
We're training enough, and a lot of them are being employed. But the issue of how sometimes our people are, when you go to the market, for example, the wole, so to speak, and they see, some things that are not right, and they're trying to correct those things, people will start begging, sentiment, emotions, and everything runs. Imagine somebody, the environmental, health officer, that's the name now. They come to your house to see, if your sock away, it's right, the right size, it's wet covered, it's nothing leaking in there, and they find some infringement, and they're about to write you, a citation or a ticket, sentiments, and things like that. So that's why I said that it takes a village. It takes you and I. Their job is to come there to enlighten you, to educate you. That whatever happens to you, ultimately happens to all of us. If you're sick, the spread of disease begin to go beyond your own nuclear family. Before you know it, your neighbors are sick. Before the neighborhood, and that creates an immense stress on the government. So it's not a matter of not getting it right. We're getting it right, but in the area of enforcement and the issue of the removal of sentiments, and to make sure that we educate, we get our public health educators out there to educate the citizen. The reason why they must do things, in the right way, so that all of us ultimately, are connected and we can all be safe. So we're getting it right, and then we're going to continue to improve on what we have.
That's
Very
good.
interesting. A few weeks back, or there about a month plus, I went to Dumais Road. I think I entered the facility, and I saw a lot of infrastructural, uplifting. Like I saw structures. I think I still have some of these videos. So I want you to run us down on what's really happening at the college.
Thank you once again. Let me say 2018.
Okay.
The governor entered 2016, let me say. But we have been praying that this week can see governor should come out, sleep and wake up in school of because there had been infrastructural decay in the school. And we also lack manpower.
Okay.
As I said, that the School of Health is into training middle cadre manpower. But those are the people you will see in the communities,
Of course.
in the primary healthcare centers. But if they are not quality manpower, the product you are bringing up
Substandard.
will be substandard.
Yeah.
Sure.
And infrastructurally, it was a great problem. But thanks be to God, 2018, it's like God was now directing his step towards that
Towards that area.
If I may come in and just support what my deputy provost is saying.
Yes, sir.
I think seeing is believing.
Yes, sir.
Governor Obaseki is one of those visionary, transformative leaders that we have in the country. And I think we will not realize what this man has done until he's out of office. Before we're going to begin to appreciate him. It's one of those quiet achievers. He doesn't like to blow his horn, so to speak. He has done so much. What I would advise the public to do is don't just believe what we're telling you on camera. Please come and visit Edo State College of Health Science and Technology.
I like that. Come and see for yourself.
Come and see for yourself what this governor have done into that. The transformation that he has done infrastructurally. Not only that, just infrastructure alone. Creating that conducive environment, that conducive learning environment to make sure that students that comes to Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology are going to be the best in the world, bar none. You know what this governor said at one time? When people were talking about, one of our issues in the healthcare system is this jackpot syndrome. You spend all this money and all these resources, taxpayers' money, to train all these folks, and before you know it, the next thing is to get their passport
and
and
leave.
they go and leave. And then, our system becomes, almost moribund, with shortage of good quality, personnel. You know what the governor said? He said, let them jackpot. That means it's credit, number one, to Edo State, that we are training highly skilled, highly trained, highly qualified, sought after all over the world. That's number one. Number two is when they go out there, guess what? They are going to bring dollars back, hard currency back to Edo State to help develop Edo State. We will train some more personnel.
Wow.
Look at that thinking, that forward thinking. Not restricting anybody's, ambitions to want to make life better for themselves, because ultimately there's going to be a return.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is where they
Back to-
belong.
Yes, this back to Edo State to develop Edo State. So come to Edo College of Health Sciences and Technology and see things for yourself. Brand new structures, top of the line, among the best that you can see. Not only that, talk about the billions of naira this governor is investing in all of our medical equipment in that college, training equipment. Come and see the equipment for our laboratories, our library, e-library. He has built a brand new cafeteria that can admit about over 500 students at one time.
500
Even
at
some
a
universities in this country doesn't have that capacity. We're going to have 4 hostels, modern hostels. Our auditorium is going to be 1,000 capacity auditorium. We're going to have PHC on campus, primary healthcare center, that will serve the whole community of that area. Fully staffed with doctors and nurses and all of our training students that are going to participate in them. It's going to build us in an indoor sports hall. Because you understand the connection between physical activity, sports, and the mental capabilities of students.
Exactly.
There's a relationship between.
There is
When
a
you're
great
healthy,
relationship.
when you're physically healthy, emotionally and otherwise healthy, students will be able to learn. It's
Yeah.
creating that conducive environment for learning, comprehensively, and a holistic system for our system to be able to, be the best trained, the best skilled, not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. That's what this man is doing. And when we talk about personnel also, the governor has employed over 200 new personnel, both academic and non-academic staff, for the college.
Wonderful.
The best of the best throughout the country. He wants the best brain to come and teach at the Edo Coast, so that the product that comes out from that college are going to be the best bar none anywhere in the world. And that's our government that we have. Transformational leader. And it's involved. I cannot tell you how many times the government himself have come to the college to supervise the work.
Wonderful.
It's an involved. He just doesn't say, okay, this is what I want, and then moves to something else. He will come in there to make sure that exactly what he wants is being done, and the quality of work that he wants is what is being done. The quality of materials is being supplied. I mean, how many governors in the country
Can do that. Well, honestly, I'm not surprised, because the governor has been a trailblazer right from day one. I'm being tempted that we should continue in this line, but we must take a break, and when we return, the conversation continues. This is Edo Executive Platform. Please don't go away. We'll be right back before you know it.
Edo State School of Health Technology before Governor Godwin Obaseki's administration. Before 2016, the Edo State School of Health Technology had several challenges and issues impacting on its operation and the quality of education provided, including loss of accreditation of its programs.
This facility was built about 64 years ago, established about 64 years ago, to provide middle-level manpower to support our healthcare system. Restructuring of the healthcare system today, we're emphasizing primary healthcare. And the institution that trains the manpower required for primary healthcare, the primary healthcare system, is supposed to be the School of Health Technology. So for us as government, given the quality we're aspiring to in terms of provision of care at the primary level, we want to make sure that the institution that trains and prepares our staff to work in the primary healthcare system is of international standard and it's world class.
The governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Obaseki, had to implement several initiatives to improve the Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology. In doing so, he engaged the services of another consulting limited to analyze, advise, and achieve the revamping and reaccreditation of Edo State School of Health Technology into a College of Health Sciences and Technology. In order to achieve these set goals, Another Consulting Limited sent one of its senior consultants, Dr. Esther Oshunluyi, to lead the project. The Edo State government has also recruited well over 200 personnel as workforce to ensure that the institution is fully operational come August 2024. Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology is fully digitalized in order to meet global operational standards.
My name is Egbe Usifo-Daudu. I'm a founding partner at ANADAC, and we basically focus on healthcare and emerging markets. This project in Edo, where I'm from, has been particularly personal to me. And so we've been very excited to work with Edo State government in terms of ensuring the appropriate law for a college. So it has been upgraded from a school to a college.
The governor is so involved in this project. I cannot even remember how many tours we had in this school.
The future for Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology is very bright as the governor is engaging in holistic reforms in the health sector. On behalf of Another Consulting Limited, we would like to sincerely thank the Governor Godwin Obaseki, for the opportunity given to Another to work hand in hand with Edo State government to transform the School of Nursing and Midwifery into a College of Nursing Sciences and the School of Health Technology into a College of Health Sciences and Technology. Once again, thank you, His Excellency, Governor Godwin Obaseki, for your dedication and visionary approach towards making Edo great again.
Welcome back. This is Edo Executive Platform on EBS. Of course, a lot has been said, and there is a lot that is yet to be said. Looking at the clip says it all, Provost. You were saying so many things, and the Deputy Provost also, supporting you in highlighting some of the things that the governor has done. Like they say, seeing is believing. We can see for ourselves how the transformation is happening. But there's something I want to ask. It used to be called School of Health. Now it is now Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology. The conversion of the transmutation, what bettered it?
Well, number one, a school, for it to take its rightful place among the tertiary institutions in the state, cannot be called a school. It has to be a college.
Okay.
That's one thing. Number two, to even attract high quality, smart students to come to that school, we need to go through the transmutation of the school.
Okay.
It takes a calling for a person to say, I want to take care of other people. It's a calling. Not everybody can do the work in the healthcare field. Because ultimately, within a very short period of time, whether it's a 2-year program, 3, or it's a HND 4-year program, that ultimately very soon, a life of another human being, of an Edo citizen, is going to be placed in your hand. So for you now to be trained and to have the requisite skill to provide the highest quality of healthcare to the citizens of Edo and Nigeria as a whole, the college has to move from being a school into a college. And to do that, there has to be a new law to back it up. And that's the reason why that law was written and it was passed and assented to by Mr. Governor last year, December 2023. Okay.
So fully now it is called the Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology.
Edo Cohest.
Edo Cohest. That's good. Even with the massive transformation we are seeing there, we can't just limit it to the school. We need some upgrade, even with the nomenclature. That's a good one. But there's this, I don't want to call it a controversy, between Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology and Edo State Nursing.
College of Nursing.
College of Nursing, the one at Limit Junction.
Yes.
Yours is at Dumes Road.
Yes.
Oftentimes, I don't want to say I get confused. I wonder what exactly is the difference between these two schools. I'm sure many people do not know.
Let me come in here.
Okay.
Some persons will come to our school. former school, now college now.
Yes, ma'am.
I said, please ma'am, I want to read nursing. We say, okay, we have a branch of nursing here, but it's not nursing per se.
Okay.
That is the one they call CHU.
Okay.
If you now explain to them that you have JCHU and CHU, which these people are specifically trained to work in a health sector, in a health sector, which are known as primary health care sector. It's not that they cannot work in secondary care sector, but they are trained basically to work with the community.
Yes.
Okay, they will not say, okay, I will accept. But if you want to go to College of Nursing, is as a limit junction.
Yeah, supply road.
The difference between us is that the College of Nursing, they are only for 2 programs, general nursing and midwifery.
Okay.
There are only 2 there. It's all nursing.
Okay.
But when you come to school of health, now College of Health Technology,
Yeah.
we have various programs. For now, we are running 5 programs,
Okay.
no? Different specialty. As I said, we have environmental health technology, we have a medical laboratory technician, we have pharmacy technician, we have health information management department, and we now have epidemiology and disease control.
Wow.
This one is still other environmental health science.
To buttress what the Deputy Provost is also saying,
Yes, sir.
and the difference, is she's really said it well. Right now, we have over 14, 18 different programs, in addition to the ones that we already have.
Okay.
As she's mentioned, the 5 schools
Okay.
that we have. 5 schools, but 6 programs under those 5 schools.
Okay.
But as the year goes along, we're going to begin to bring other programs on board. Now we know that our primary healthcare system in Edo State actually needs. Let me give you a few examples of those. X-ray technicians. People get X-ray all the time.
Okay, S3.
X-ray
Okay.
technicians. When you go to a hospital in the
Oh.
broken bone or whatever, yeah, they say go to the X-ray room. Somebody there is taking the picture. Those are called X-ray technicians.
Okay.
We have those. Paramedics, for example. These are the first responder. Any big city like Benin City or even Edo State per se needs that kind of system. When an accident happens, just pick up your phone, and I think the number here is you dial one. What is the number you dial?
739
739.
123.
They pick up within a limited time, maybe 5 minutes or so. They must be at that scene to take care of it. We need to continue to train personnel to man those.
That regard.
School of sonography, for example. Pregnant women, they go for scanning. Who are those taking the scanning? Right now, is there any school in Edo State that trains officially? Most technicians train on the job, but we need to formalize it and bring them out. Respiratory therapists, people that have, issue with respiration, maybe smoker or lung cancer, throat cancer, or people that works in the chemical industry and this, inhale those chemicals over a period of time, they begin to develop some kind of unique diseases, Who are the technicians that are going to, take care of those people? So we have long lines of so many programs that we know that our primary healthcare system actually needs. But we're going to begin. That's the big difference between us and College of Nursing. They only do 2 programs. We have the potential of doing over 250 different programs in the healthcare system.
Wonderful.
Over 250 different specialty areas in the healthcare system that we can train.
That sounds interesting.
So my advice again to our world is that not every student after graduation from high school can go to university right away. So instead of your children staying at home doing jam year after year after year not qualifying, let them come to Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology and be a highly skilled, highly trained healthcare providers. Within 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, they have become highly skilled and highly sought after all over the world.
All over.
And it does not in any way or shape or form at all stop them from continuing their education at the university level. Some of them after graduation from our college, they can go into a direct entry into some of our universities and still become, go all the way us earning their PhDs. So it's not that, it's an end once you come to the College of Health. No. It's still a progression. And the sky is never the limit, the sky is the beginning.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, very interesting. I'm so happy, to know these things are happening right in our very own eyes. One would, ordinarily, I wouldn't have thought about, these programs and this, like Felix noted, healthcare, the whole ecosystem, ecosystem is too broad. And it's true, there are people that, are in charge of X-ray amongst these other personnel. So I'm glad that it's coming from this side and not the College of Nursing. So it's good to know that there's so many programs that are being run right now in your college, and I'm very glad that people are listening so they know this. So I just want to ask, are there is admission currently ongoing now at the college?
Yes.
Then what are the programs so that our people that are listening will know these things?
Thank you very much.
Then the mode of admission as well.
Okay. Thank you very much. Actually, our admission for the academic year of 2024-25 session is ongoing. The sales of forms started June the 6th, and it's still ongoing right now. Now, like I said earlier, we have 5 different programs and 6 courses. We have a School of Environmental Health Technician. Under that school, you can either come in there and be a technician. It's a national diploma, ND, and then also come in there under that same school to earn an ND certificate in 2 years of epidemiology and disease control. That's under School of Environmental Health. School of Community Health, the second. There are 2 programs there. A 3-year diploma program, which is a professional certificate that you get after 3 years. Then an academic, which is ND program for 2 years also in community health. That's number 2. Number 3, pharmacy technician. It's a 3-year program. It's now, it's also an ND program. And after that, of course, you do your exam, licensing exam with the Pharmacist Council of Nigeria and be licensed to practice. Then health information management. These are the record officers in our hospitals that the DP was explaining earlier. Those are the sets of people that you meet first. They take your information, take your file and all of that, and they secure your file. And then next time you come around, they'll pull your file so the doctor can take care of you. These are the 5 schools and 6 programs that we have. The last one is medical lab technician program. It's a diploma program, professional program, and it's also a 3-year long program. These are the folks again that works in our lab. That when the doctor requires, whether you urine sample, blood samples, and they need to look under the microscope to, be able to properly diagnose the patient, they send all that, specimen and samples to the lab. It is not the job of the technician now, lab technician, to look under the microscope and be able to write a report and give it to the doctor. In the healthcare field, we work together as a team.
Yes.
There's no I, in team. So a doctor would not do the work of a surgical technician now.
Yes.
Or do the work of a nurse, or do the work of the medical lab technician. So there has to be this trust. That's why it's very critical for us at the college to make sure that the students that we train are highly trained and highly skilled. Because when that report comes back from the lab, the doctor is trusting the report that lab technician is giving to him. And he or she will not use that report to properly now diagnose the patient. See the connection there.
So if there's a problem from that report, it's going to affect the doctor.
It affects the whole system.
The whole system.
That's why we say that we train the mid-level manpower for the healthcare system. Without our product, our students, our healthcare system would not work.
It will collapse because they are the ones that will prepare the ground for the doctors and nurses to take over. Oh, I see.
So that's why it's important. That's the key thing that the government is saying, that this college must be the best. It's like building a house with a good foundation. Guess what? It might look nice and beautiful initially.
But to come down with time.
Eventually it'll crumble and come down. So if you're not training this healthcare worker to be highly skilled and highly trained, then our whole primary healthcare system will come to a halt and it will collapse. So the pressure is on us, the onus is on us to make sure that we follow the vision of the government and its mandate to make sure that we produce the best quality and highly skilled mid-level manpower for our primary healthcare system in Edo State, and by extension, because it's contagious.
It is.
Because I want everybody in Nigeria, once they think about College of Health, I want them to think about Edo State.
Yes.
When you go there, you're going to get the best.
That's the vision of the
High
government.
quality. And we have raised the standard. We have raised our education standard. If you cannot meet that educational standard, you cannot stay.
Yes.
You can't last at Edo Coast.
That's true. I'm aware of that.
It's really hard, you know, and she knows. You know, for you now, like our grading system, for example, let me digress a little bit. Our grading system now, for a student at Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology to score a grade letter A in any of our quizzes, exam, project work, whatever it is, they must score between 90 and 100.
90 and 100.
Yes. To score a grade letter B, they have to score between 80 and 89. Grade letter C is between 70 and 79. To score grade letter D is between 60 and 69. Anything below 60 is an F.
You don't mean it.
We are in the business.
Yes.
We are in the business of people's life.
Okay, now how have the students been faring with this grading system?
Well, our first initial students are coming in September. That's why the admission process is ongoing.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay.
So once they come in, this is what they're going to meet on the ground. This is the standard that you must meet. And not only that, we'll give you 2 semesters to prove yourself academically. At the end of the first year, if your CGPA is below 2.0, we're going to put you on academic probation. Academic warning. You'll receive a letter saying you are not meeting the academic standard of this great college. Buckle up. Whatever you're doing that's distracting you from the main purpose of the reason why you're here, which is your academics. We're not saying you shouldn't have fun. You shouldn't participate in sports, in all of those things. But your primary objective and reason why you're here, why your parents sent you here, why Mr. Governor have invested so much into this college is your academics.
Exactly.
If you're not doing that, then this is a letter to reawaken you, to refocus yourself.
As you get advice to withdraw.
Exactly. You get the point. So the next semester around, if the CGPA is below 2.0, we'll give them a letter of withdrawal.
My prayer is actually sustainability.
Yes.
That the issue of sustainability comes in.
Yes.
But I just believe that from the way we are going, Edo people are now owning the system.
Yes.
We are now co-creating the system that we want to see in the future, because Edo State has a vision that Edo State will be the best state to live and prosper in the year 2050. But with the way we are going, even before 2050 would have been there.
Nothing really beats excellence, and I'm glad that at the College of Health they are not going short of that. They're not going below standards.
It's like you are just following the vision and the footstep of the government.
So
you wouldn't want to lower the standard
at all for any reasons, because we need to produce highly skilled manpower. When you understand the part that the College of Health plays, you know that they can't go below standards. Now speaking about that, sir, how is the college leveraging on technology? We are now in a technological era.
Correct. Like I said earlier, Governor Godwin Obaseki have invested so much into the equipment for our lab. The top of the line technology, modern day technology. Things that we're going to train our students with. When they graduate, they're going to see the same technology in their workplace. You know, in the past, people will have all this archaic, technology to train students with. And when they get to their place of work, there's new technology, and the employer now has to spend so much resources to retrain them, to teach them how to use those machines. That's not what the government is doing. Is bringing in the latest technology into the system so that when they graduate, guess what? The same thing you've been trained with
is what you're going to work with.
Is what you're going to work with. Part of the vision of the government is that he wants to change this paradigm. Today now in our country, in our state, anywhere to do, middle class, upper middle class, rich and super rich folks amongst us. The moment they have a small headache or a small stomachache, the first thing they look for is their passport. To go and see for medical help outside the country.
Medical tourism.
But 99.9% of us were stuck with our general hospital, our primary health care center. We don't have the resources to do that. So the government wants to change that paradigm. That we're going to train highly skilled people that when you and I go to patronize our general hospital or our primary health care center, we're going to be rest assured that the folks that are going to take care of us are highly skilled and highly trained, coming out of not just Edo College of Health Sciences and Technology, but also Edo College of Nursing. That the personnel are highly skilled, highly trained, and they have good customer service.
Yes, importantly.
Very important. That's what Mr. Governor is saying. So he's tying technology into all of that. They are not going to train you with old arcade technology.
Yeah.
Whatever is out there today. Now, if you go on campus today as we speak, the whole campus is wired with internet.
Wow. Yes.
Yes.
You have
The
access
fiber optic
24/7.
system. Oh, you are benefiting from that already.
Yeah, already.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
So we have e-library.
already.
Our students will now have access to all the books
Anywhere in the world.
with a click of a button, anywhere in the world. So to encourage you, we encourage you research, and it's not just for the student, no, even for the faculty. So this is what the governor is doing. That's why I said seeing is believing. Don't just believe what I'm telling you on camera. Please come to Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology and see things for yourself.
All right.
Walk around.
Provost, you have done so well. We're already drawing the curtain, but before we take the last shot, I want you to emphasize more on the admission process because we don't want a situation where only one person or a few people will be enjoying these benefits. Let us blow it. Let the people know that, oh, this thing is happening. And maybe you should also say one or two things about why they must come. Maybe in a minute or thereabout.
Okay. Thank you again. The admission is ongoing. You can only buy the form. The form, as a matter of fact, is only 10,500 naira. But you go through the process online. We don't sell any hard forms anymore. Everything is done, again, talking about technology.
E-government.
Yes. So nothing is going to be in hard copy. Everything is done online. However, if you're having any issues, what we've done is also our ICT people on campus have set up stations. So if you do come to campus, bring your ATM card, we will do the registration for you on campus to help you out. So that is there. Why Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology? And I think much has been said earlier that don't wait and to continue to do JAM after year after year. Come to Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology and be a highly skilled, highly trained healthcare professional.
Come in here. To be eligible for the process, you have to have your science subject 5 credits.
Oh, 5 credits a
No
month.
more than 2 cities.
No more than 2 cities.
Yeah.
All right, we want to sincerely thank you for making our time to join us on this program. As a matter of fact, I've been personally educated about Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology, and I've been able to understand the difference between your school and
School of Nursing.
School of Nursing. For me, that is massive. We want to especially thank you.
College of Nursing.
Oh, College of Nursing, not school. We are doing away with schools now. We're replacing with college. That's good. We want to sincerely thank you, Dr. Moyo Kazim, the Provost, Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology, Edo Co-Hest.
Thank you so
and,
much.
thank you for coming. We also want to appreciate you, Dr. Matthew O.L., the Deputy Provost Administration, Edo Co-Hest.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for coming. We believe that when we call on you again, because it has to be a continuous engagement, that I hope you will oblige us.
Absolutely.
All right, this is why we call it a day on the program, Edo Executive Platform. Felix Usagire is my name. I say stay healthy. God bless you.
And don't forget, for Nigeria and Edo State to work, it has to be a collective responsibility. While the government will play their part, let us as citizens continue to play our part. It's a bye for me. My name is Sarah Ingubo. See you next week.